back with another one, man. I got another interview, man. This junk crazy. This boy right here, whoo, whoever blocking on that offensive line, y'all boys better be ready. This boy is something serious, man. He he had a couple of places to go, but you already know he chose the best place, chose the best for last. I can say that for myself. He chose the best for last. Man, he is a ESPN 4-star. This boy 6'4", 265. So you know if you on that offensive line, you better be pushing peas out here. Cause this boy is coming for the quarterback, the running back, and everybody mama, man. Everybody welcome my guest, my special guest for this week, Raymond Cuts, man. Give it up, give it up, give it up for my boy, man. Give it up, give it up. Shoot. Man, so anything you like to say to the people before we get started off, man?
Rattler Nation, y'all meet me there tomorrow. I'll be there. I do whatever y'all want me to do, interviews, talk. I'm down to talk to anybody. Yeah, that's really all right now.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. So, first thing first, from where you from, how was it growing up in Orlando? Growing up in the Sunshine State, growing up where the sun is dang near 7 degrees all year round, man. Explain how your childhood was growing up in Orlando.
My childhood growing up in Orlando, it was pretty smooth. I grew up on. I ain't gonna say it's a rough side of town, but I grew up on the side of town where it's like a lot of us really don't make it out of that side of town. But really a couple of us did. So I'm glad to be one of them who really made it out. The side of town I'm from, I'm trying to show the kids that from my side of town, like it ain't all about being a gangster, none of that. You can play football and still be that big time dude everybody know, everybody respect.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. Saying growing up on the rough side of town, I live in Orlando for like 3 years now. Just explain to me like, every day in Orlando, there's always something happening. Always, juveniles, getting into the game, drugs, guns, money, just everything's out here for, you can get lost. So just explain to me like how you didn't get lost in all that mix just living in Orlando.
Um, I'm gonna say I did get lost once upon a time in Orlando, but luckily I had the support system I had. My grandfather, who unfortunately passed away, my mom, my coaches, and some of my like childhood friends. They always told me, "Hey man, just chill. Like worry about football. We'll take care of the rest." Like all my homeboys that was, they was in the streets and stuff. They were like, "Man, let us handle the streets. You handle the classroom in the football field." And a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people don't make it out. So a lot of my friends and family, they wanted me to make it out. So I was kind of glad they was on my behind the way they was, because I needed that. If I ain't had that, probably 2 years ago, it probably wouldn't be good. But luckily, it's good.
Okay, yeah, and that's really like once you said that, that brought me back to like old days, how it really supposed to be. Like, if an OG see a star, that can play basketball, football, that's their job to tell him, hey, you need to go back to school. So I'm glad they did that with you. I'm glad, they directed you the right way, especially your family. Shout outs to your family, because if you weren't directed that way, you probably wouldn't be in this situation right now. So God be the glory with your family and the people that told you, hey, get out the streets. You need to focus on this. You can really make a career with what you're doing. Being an athlete, playing football, and so on. Next question. What age did you start playing football?
I started playing football. I'm gonna say the age of 4 to 5, around that age.
Hmm.
It was something that I always wanted to do when I was younger, because I guess I seen everybody else playing, and like us growing up, we always played like sandlot football. So us playing that, from a young age, really wanted me to play football. So that's when I started around the age 4 or 5.
Okay, okay. So, what position you started at playing when when you was that age, when you that young? Because you when you that young, you moving like the every position, trying to figure out what's what. So, what position you started at?
I started off at running back and quarterback, which the crazy part is I played
Okay.
running back all the way until my ninth grade year of high school. Once I realized I got too big and they was just trying to clip me and break my legs and stuff, I should switch back to the defensive side. It just stayed over there.
Okay. Cool. 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 So, at what point in time, you transition in football, you transition in through your life? What point in time did you know that okay, I'm really good at this game?
Uh, I'm gonna say around the age. Well, when I was younger, really like 7, 8, when I got to like play Mighty Might football, tackle football, I realized like I was something special because like the league made a rule for me after I scored my fourth touchdown, I couldn't score no more. So like I had to run to the 1 yard line and take a knee and let one of my other teammates score the next drive and stuff like that. That's when I knew I was something special. And then once I got to high school, I was competing against 5 stars like Jonathan Jones and stuff, and I was keeping up with them, sticking with them. So that's when I knew like, yeah, I was something special. If I could stick with these All American 5 stars and all that, I know I'm pretty good.
So you meaning to tell me they made a cut rule for Mr. Cuts out here. They was like, hey, you gotta cut it at the 1 yard line. You can't go no more. Man, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, like man, I used to be so mad. I was like, man, I want to score, but like if I was to score, they won't count it. So I should have to fall at the 1 yard line, 2 yard line, and should let my teammates do the rest of the work.
Man, that's literally crazy. So let's keep on going on this football journey. Middle school, high school. How was it? How was the dynamics of that? During your high school time. Playing JV, playing varsity, getting recruited by these college teams. Like, what was the highlight of your college? I mean, not college, but high school career going, you going into your senior year, going into college.
I'm gonna say my highlight was that's a good one. I had a lot of highlights throughout high school. I'm gonna say my breaking point was my sophomore year spring. I ended up transferring from Oak Ridge to Jones High School.
Hmm.
First game at Jones, I had about 13 tackles, like 3 sacks as a sophomore. So that what really made a name for myself after that game right there. We played with Carver High School spring game. And that's when I made a name for myself after that game. And I went to picking up O's from everywhere. Everywhere.
Okay, okay. So, about your high school career, playoffs. How was the playoffs different? Because it's different in every state. Texas got their own thing. South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee. How is high school playoffs in the state of Florida?
Well, for my school, since we were such high caliber, they had us playing all the five down south teams first. So it was kind of a struggle us making it through like the first, second round. I'm gonna say my junior year we got kicked out first round by the number 1 team in Miami. They was called Cardinal Gibbons. And then my junior year we ended up going making it to the second round. My senior year made it to the second round and lost to the same team, Cardinal Gibbons again. Mind you, we was up 14 points both times, 21 points both times we played them. And for some reason, like that team, like after halftime, they always kicked in a fourth gear or something, and we was dead tired. It's like they had extra gears that we didn't have, and they just came back and beat us every time.
Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. So, going out through high school, what was your eye opener? First when you get those letters, what can you name your first offer that you got that you looked at and say, "Dang, this is my first
My first
D1
offer
offer."
was from Virginia Tech. He came to the school. He came to school. He talked to me. It was him and Syracuse there at the time. He pulled me out of the office. He was talking to me and stuff like that. He was like, "Man, we gonna come watch you practice." But he was like, "Before you go to practice, he was like, I want to let you know we offered you." So I ended up getting Virginia Tech, Syracuse. I picked up North Carolina and South Carolina all in the same week. Like I picked up like 5 offers in one day at Jones, and then it just blew up from there. So that's when I realized like, okay, now I really got to be on my stuff. They offered me first, and then it just came from there. It just went from there.
Okay, so you getting the offers, you going to all these visits. Tell a couple of the kids out there, what it's like to have, unlimited access to all these D1 Power 5 schools. Like what can you tell somebody that's like coming like probably 18, 17, the same age you was, playing probably the same position. What can you tell them about, going to these schools, getting all these offers? Don't fall into hype.
Yeah, basically, I'm gonna just say, have fun with it, because you really gonna go through that experience one time. Um, all I'm gonna say is don't fall for what all coaches tell you, because you gotta understand they're recruiting 100 other players, so they might be telling you the same thing they telling 100 other players. So I learned from my high school coach to basically sit down with the schools that talked to me the most. Whatever school talked to me the most, that was the school I was most interested in. You had some schools, they'll offer me, I won't talk to them for a whole year. And then when they see a school in their conference, another school in their conference that offer me, now they want to get back talking with me and stuff like that. So I'm just tell some of the kids, like, never be nobody's second option. Make sure whatever school you pick or whoever you talk to, make sure you they number one guy for real. Don't just listen to the hype and what they want you to believe. Believe what you see for yourself. Stuff like that.
Okay, okay, cool, cool. So, like you said, you got offers from everywhere. I think you probably got more than 20, but I'm sure like 20 offers, like you said, then a couple of schools you named: Clemson, South Carolina, Baylor, UCF, Auburn. So, going through that list, what made you choose UCF out of all those schools that you had? Because you could have went to a Clemson, you could have went to the SEC, you could have went to you could have went up north and went to Cincinnati. You could have went to the state of Texas. Like, what made you stay home in Orlando?
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. So I'm gonna say my senior year. So my sophomore year, I really didn't take school serious because my I was just that guy. So like really like my teachers, they really didn't care for certain stuff. My coaches really didn't care for certain stuff. That's why I'm kind of glad I went to Jones. It was an eye opener for me. Man, it was just crazy at that point in time. UCF coach Jeff Levy, he was one of the coaches who came in and he stuck with me through the whole process when I had my grade issue. A lot of the schools backed out, but he sat there. He came up with a plan. He was like, "You got to take this class over. You got to do this. We need this GPA. You need to take the class over to get a B and stuff like that." So him, man, we had a real good bond. Him and my grandfather had a great bond as well. He treated me like family when I chose UCF at the time, and that was just made me go there. And I wanted to be a hometown hero as well. I didn't want to leave my family behind, so I should stayed close to the family.
Okay, cool. Well, shoot. Let me ask you this question: as far as moving from high school, you going to Jones, and you said the transformation was totally different. As far as you was the man at that school. You weren't doing too much with your schoolwork, and now you really have to buckle down. Can you tell us that transition of a lifestyle? Because when you're not doing schoolwork and you just playing football, that's a one lifestyle. When you actually go into the other lifestyle, now you're a student athlete. You have to put in that student side work. Tell other people how it was that transition, as far as how did you handle that?
The transition, I'm gonna say it was hard, but it wasn't too hard. My coach Elijah Williams, he made sure every week I had a weekly progress report. So like if I had any D's or L's, he won't play you. He won't start you. He like he'll hurt your feelings by not playing. That would really hurt the most. Like I sat out one of the biggest games of the season, a big rivalry against Evans. He made me sit
Mm-hmm.
out because I got in trouble in class. I wasn't doing my work. So having a coach like that, like he basically telling me like if you don't go to school, you don't do schoolwork, you're not gonna play for me. So I kind of realized, okay, yeah, he's not gonna be playing with me. So I got to get my grade. So I had to do a little ass kissing to the teachers, being on their good side, staying on their good side. Shit, still, you know what I'm saying? Shit, in the case I do end up making a 69 D, by me being so good to them in the past, they might work on giving me that extra 1 point I need for a C or something like that. So the transition, it was hard, but it wasn't really too hard. I just had to apply myself to it.
Okay, and like you said, they was basically setting you up for like college, cause
Yeah, basically,
yeah,
like my high school coach, he was basically telling you, he was like, man, in college, he was like, you don't get the grade, they gonna kick you out. But he was like, me, I ain't gonna kick you out. He said, I'm just not gonna play you. Or he was like, see, one thing about it, my whole thing was I always like to start. He won't even start me some games because I had a D or a F or anything, which I was happy he did that because when I got to college, it was basically the same way, any little slip up you do or anything, you're not playing, they pull you from teams and stuff like that. So I'm just happy he did that to me.
okay, yeah, definitely shout out to your coaches for doing that. They literally laid the foundation for you. So when you go to college, you know what was what already. It just didn't hit you in your face, and you don't have the support you had from high school to college. So let's talk about UCF. You saying you picked them, you want to be the hometown hero. You didn't want to leave your family. So how was that process of going to UCF, picking them, and being the hometown hero at that point in time?
The process with UCF, it was an amazing process actually. From the fan bases to the players coming to, they bringing me in as a brother before I even got there. I had a bond with the players and coaches almost a year before I even got there. So basically, like that whole year leading to me going there, I had bonds with everybody. I'm talking about booster clubs. Everybody should knew who I was, treated me like family. Anytime I was on campus, they treated me with the most respect. Showed major love there. Um, my time there, it was pretty good. I was behind a dude like Kenny Turnier, Khalil Davis. I was behind some real good dudes, so I learned a lot from them during the process. And then when I end up, that's why I ain't gonna lie. When I end up leaving UCF, my JUCO season was so good because the players I was behind at UCF, like I was working hard every day trying to beat out those two number one guys. So when I got to junior college, it's just basically transition over. So like me being behind them, I went to junior college. Like it was just easy for me. I caught on quick, went in there, started, and then made first team All American honors, first team All Conference and stuff like that. So big shout out to them guys too from UCL.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. So, real question is like, what made you, leave UCF and go to the JUCO route? What transitioned you to do that?
So I had an incident came with some legal trouble. Wrong place, wrong time. Um, I was close to giving up. 'Cause I was really mad at myself that I even got caught slipping like that at that time, knowing what I had going on. So my coach, Randy Shannon, and my coach, Jared Dominguez from my junior college, they was real good friends. Coach Hypel and my D coordinator that I had, they was real close friends. So one thing about it, Coach Hype never gave up on me after that. So he made sure I had somewhere to go after the fact that all the situation had happened. I went there. Coach Jerry Dominguez took me in. He told me when I got, he sat me down. He was like, "Hey man, no more time for bullshit. Things happen. You got a second chance. Now you got to make something of it." So I made something out of myself there for like the last year and a half, and now I'm where I'm at now.
Okay, cool. So, like you said, you got in some trouble. That's a good thing that coach stick with you that whole time because that shows the character of that coaches because not a lot of coaches gonna stick to you and be with you through that process of, making sure you have another home, another place to lay your head, and a place to get on that field and play football. So, that shouts out to that coach right there. He a real one for that. So, you in the city of Orlando, Florida, born and raised.
Yes, sir.
So next thing you know, you going up north
Yeah.
to the Garden City, where like tell me that transition. You in the Sunshine State, then you going up north where the wind blow a little bit harder. The winters
Oh,
is a little bit harsher.
yeah.
Tell us that transformation and tell us that journey.
When I first got there, I thought Florida was hot. But in Kansas, Kansas is like when it's the summertime and spring, it's real dry. So you got
Yeah.
like 110-degree weather, but it's dry. Like you don't got no breeze or nothing, man. It was so, ooh, Jesus. It was so hard at first. I'm like, well, Florida, we be 100 degrees, but we got a little breeze coming behind it because it ain't
Mm-hmm.
no water up there in Kansas. So it's just straight dryness. Then when it's the wintertime, I'm talking about -1 degrees,
Yeah.
4, 5 inches of snow. It was, man, it was, ooh. and that was my first time really seeing snow. So it was real cold. I think I had frostbite the first week because I ain't had none of the right clothing. Like I just go, I was going outside with no socks on. I'm from Florida, so we used to it
Yeah.
being hot. So like the cold weather, man, when it got cold, you would never see me outside my dorm room. You would never see nothing. But the first day it snowed up there, all the Florida kids that was up there, we had a big snowball fight up there. Because that
Yeah.
was our first time seeing snow. So it was like a bunch of 21-year-old kids having fun in the snow. So
Gotcha.
um but up there, man, it ain't nothing like Orlando. It ain't nothing like Florida. The population real small. People there not too friendly. They friendly, but not too much. Like they not really talkative like that because we outsiders, like I said. But other than that, they got some great people there. The smell there, ooh, geez, that one thing I will never miss. The smell. 'Cause we got like a big slaughterhouse slash like I don't know. Like you would see thousands of horses and cows just getting ready to be slaughtered. So like that's like when the breeze do come, you smell everything, and it's just I was like I gotta get back to Orlando, man. I don't like this smell. I don't like this. It wasn't what it was, but it all made me to the man I am today. So I'm grateful for all that, even the bad that happened up there. I'm grateful for all that though.
Break is brought to you by Art by Elise. Man, she is an amazing talent from Miami, Florida. She went to FAMU. Man, all her description be down below, but you can tell the talent's there. You're gonna get good quality art, man. But I had to put the best last. FAMU, man, we out here. Man, Sadie Delights, man. Have all your food needs, man. Go to this dude on IG, man. So amazing with everything. Food be good. Everything be amazing. Y'all just look at the food and y'all can tell yourself, man, if you in the Orlando area, please, please, please hit your boy Cedric up. Man, he gonna let y'all know what the deal is every week. You ought to be ready, fresh to go. Food is always fresh and prepared, man. Shout out to my boy Cedric, Ceddy Delights. Y'all look him up.
Yeah, definitely. For the people that don't know what a slaughterhouse smell like, y'all don't know. Y'all don't want to know because the
Nah,
air,
Florida
the
is something
what
crazy.
exactly the area I'm from South Carolina. I live in Gaffney. Is this little section we call Brink Tank. It literally smell like a Deceptive tank. It's a slaughterhouse. So y'all don't want to know that smell he talking about. That's something
Mm-mm, that
serious.
smell, that smell, that's something different.
Yeah, it really is. So you at the JUCO right now, and it's different from UCL. So like, you not getting the top things that you would be getting, at this JUCO. So what can you tell people if they're going the JUCO route? What can you tell them to look forward to? What can you tell them to, you know, take advantage of your moments, or this is a disadvantages you have?
I tell people really like, get ready for like the challenges. It's a lot of challenges when it comes to JUCO. JUCO ain't easy. JUCO. I'm gonna say you ask me, JUCO way harder than that D1 football because you got hundreds of players in the same predicament you in trying to make it out. You feel me? So it's like if you don't got that dog eat dog world mentality in your head, JUCO world should go swallow you and spit you right out. So luckily, my high school coach, he was hard on me. So when it came to coaching and talking and stuff like that, so when I got to junior college, it was just like it was hard, but it was like a little breeze. It wasn't too hard for me because like there's a lot of stuff that was going on I was already used to. The coaches in junior college, man, they crazy. I'm gonna tell you that they crazy. Like, but it's out of all love. Like they'll cuss you out, get on you, talk to you like you ain't nothing. But it's like you gotta understand. It's like they doing that to push you to go better, do better, go farther and stuff like that. So when coaches used to get on me and stuff like that, I ain't never get mad or hold my head down. I should be like, yes, sir, okay, take the coaching and move on. Because really, at junior college, man, the coach is building you to get back to Division One. You feel me? So,
Hmm.
and a lot of them coaches dealt with a lot of good players. A lot of good players came out of junior college, so them coaches know exactly what they got to do to you, what they got to say to you to make you want to go the extra mile, go farther and stuff like that. So junior college, man, it's crazy, but it's a fun experience, you know.
Definitely, definitely is what you make of the experience, especially on and off the field, as far as the education wise, as far as, the practices and all this other stuff. So, you going to the JUCO route, you getting all conference,
Yes,
all
sir.
American. You just trying to rack up everything at the JUCO level you can, and you succeeded. So doing those things at JUCO, can you highlight one of your best games that you had at JUCO?
Um, I'm gonna say my Coffeeville game. My Coffeeville game, man. Both season we played Coffeeville. I went crazy. If you look at some of my film and you look at the Coffeeville game, like you can see for yourself, like I had the offensive tackle on skates, made him run into the quarterback ankle. He messed his ankle up.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
I had a
That's
lot
the
of
first one I saw.
yeah, I had a lot of big hits, a lot of big sacks at during them times. You know, I made a name for myself in them get like all big games I always showed up to. You know, because like basically like they got top talent there, so I know I'm top tier, they top tier, so I got to go 100% every play. And one thing about junior college, man, it's a family there, man. Like even if we on opposite teams, we go push each other through every play. Like if I was slacking offensive line, I'd be like, hey man, I know you better than that. Give me some work. And if he's slacking, like, come on, man, you way better than that. Give me some better work. And this is like a domino effect, you know. I do good, they do good, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, I like it. I loved it, man. It's crazy.
Man, that's amazing. That's good to hear. Especially a lot of JUCO players, they push you on the opposite team, and the dude pushing you. You know that y'all want more. Than just playing right here. Y'all want to go back to the next level that y'all was already at, or upgrade from the level that y'all was. So that's literally amazing. For you to be at JUCO and you getting all conference, all American, all these accolades, and now like you're trying to decide, okay, where I'm gonna go now. You got Bethune hit you up, you got Coastal, you got Massachusetts. I'm trying to think, you got Alabama State, and you got FAMU. Like, what made you pick FAMU? What made you pick a HBCU out of all the schools that you had offers from?
Um, I'm gonna say I really chose ABCU because like, you know, it's a lot of black people, you know, so black people we understand black people more better. You feel me? So it was just
Mhm.
like the coaches there, you know, they was straight up with me. They was like, hey man, you know, everybody mess up, everybody make mistakes. It's about what you go do with the new opportunity that you get. So they was basically coming to me and was like, man, we don't care about what happened in the past. We care about now, what you can do now and stuff like that. So like I said, I got a couple friends that's up there at Charlie now. They play football, you know, and they was like, they telling man, the coaches here, man, they go 100% respect. They not gonna lie to you. Ain't no sugarcoating nothing. And I ended up talking to a couple of the coaches there, and, you know, they were telling me like, hey man, we don't care what happened. You know, I ain't gonna hold it over your head. You know, it was almost 2 years ago. Which one what you can do now? So Coach Simmons, he was like, hey, he like, you come up here, you know, ain't nobody gonna look at you, ain't nobody gonna be judging you shit because what happened and stuff like that. So fresh start, new beginning. So I was like, okay, I need something like that. You know, finally it's a coach who really don't care what happened in the past, not hanging it over my head. So I was like, okay, perfect choice right here. And that's why I made my decision.
Okay, so you like you said, you building relationships with every coach that you been with. How is the relationship, or how was the relationship? You talking to Coach Simmons, and you talking to the defensive coaches. Like, how was that relationship when y'all first, got on the phone or met in person? How was that relationship, and you felt like, okay, I'm comfortable.
Relationship, as I said, it was none but good vibes, you know, positivity, you know, they weren't worrying about what, like I said, they weren't worried about what happened in the past. So like me and him talked like we knew each other for years, you know, that's how the conversation went. Like we talked like we knew each other 10 plus years, you know. He got to know me better, I got to know him better. He wanted to know what was my why, or why I wanted to play football, stuff like that. So like by him asking those little few questions, like it opened my eyes. Like, okay, he really want me to do something with myself, despite everything that happened. Like he don't care. Like long as I make something of myself now, it don't matter what happened 2, 3 years ago. It's about now. So, like I said, like the conversation was great. That what really drew me in. So,
Okay, cool, cool, cool. And I know you've been to plenty of FAMU games, especially for the Classic game, the Florida Classic down here. you growing up in Orlando, you hearing about the Florida Classic every year. How was that, for you growing up as a little kid? You hear FAMU and Bethune playing every year around November time. How was the city back then when you was growing up?
Back then, everybody in Florida waited for the Florida Classic. It was when I say thousands and thousands of people coming out, good vibes. It was always good football being played. So it was just like I used to like going to the game. I used to like going to all the battles of the bands, stuff like that. It's just because the HBCU experience back then was lit, man. I'm talking about FAMU would come down. They put on a show every year. Bethune would come down and put on a show. So it was like, it's crazy. When I was young, I was like, man, I always want to play in the Florida Classic. I always want to. And luckily, I'm going to be playing in it this year. So y'all
Definitely.
make sure y'all be at that game. I'm going to put on the show.
Definitely, definitely. And you grew up in Orlando, so luckily your family get to see you play 7 games in the state of Florida. How iconic was that when you got to look at the schedule, you be like, dang, I'm gonna be playing 7 times in Florida. My people get to see me 7 times, and one of them is in Orlando, and one of them is in Miami, and the rest in Tallahassee. Like those trips are really like the hop and a skip for people in Florida if you living in the central part. Like if you living in Orlando, Tampa, or Daytona, those little 3 hour trips are easy. So how was it iconic for your family that you picked Florida A&M, for your college so they can see you every home game?
Uh, so I'm going to say when I was in Kansas, my family probably came to one game out of the whole year and a half I was there. My uncle Robert, he made it his business at least try to kind of make 2 or 3 games, so he was the one that was doing all the traveling and stuff like that. So I made sure when it came to me picking the school, it was close enough for my family to get there because when I was looking in the stands, my grandfather not there, mother not there, so I used to be like, damn, man, I need her to get back home, get somewhere closer, so my family can come support. So that was the whole thing about it. I was like, okay, wherever I go to school next, it got to be somewhere in driving distance so they can come. So, FAMU for me, that's 3.5 hours. So I was like, okay, that's perfect. My family can get in the car, drive straight up the street and come see me. So that's all I really wanted for my family was to come see me play. Because in Kansas, like I said, I used to look in the stands and get mad, like, damn, my family ain't here. And that used to be every week. Shit's cuz like plane tickets there, $700-800, and I don't want my people paying that per person. So it was just like, don't worry about it. But now that I'm close, I know they'll be at every game.
Definitely, definitely. That's like the best thing, you see a family out there, especially at FAMU, one of the best HBCUs in the land. So, what one thing that Coach Simmons and a lot of other people said that your experience. What are you going to get out of FAMU? Like, what are you going to take? What opportunities are you going to take, or what opportunities you going to just succeed at when you come to FAMU?
Some of the opportunities I'm gonna probably get out of there, that I know for a fact is a brotherhood. I from family members to everybody I know that went able to, they was like even after the brotherhood, sisterhood, everything is still there. It don't go nowhere. 20 years down the line, I can still call on my HBCU brother. Hey, how you doing? You check on him. It's just basically like a family. It's like a extended family. Don't matter if things don't work out. It's still a extended family and stuff like that. So that's something I was really looking forward to anyway. A family, going in, building a new image, showing the swag, HBCU, what I had to offer and stuff like that. So that was a whole nother reason too as well.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. So Savion Williams, he was there. He left for to draft. It was an outstanding player. You got Isaiah Land on the other side. How can you push your fellow defense linemen? Push them every day in practice. How would you push them? How would you make them better? How would you make your offensive line better, knowing that you got to play teams like Jackson State and Deion Sanders? You got to go to North Carolina and play a tough team. You got to go to Grambling at Grambling and play them, and you got Southern here. You also got to worry about Bethune at the Classic because anything can happen. How would you push your teammates every day at practice?
I want them teammates like if you slacking, I'm gonna be the one to beat up on you like in between the whistle, like, hey, look, man, you slacking, so I'm finna give it to you 100%. And until you show me what I know you can do, I'm gonna be the one trying to bust in them out every play. But it's all out of love because I know what you're capable of, but you're not putting 100% into it. I'm one like with my D line. I'm always down to watch extra film, go over practice, stuff like that. My motto that I had for my D line when I was in junior college was party in the backfield. I'd be like, hey man, I got this song playing, the party done started. You gotta meet me there to the party, When I say all five of us to get there, all five of us being a part in the backfield party, everybody had their little dance moves going on. So it was just like I just made it fun for all of us, like if I get back there, y'all should better get back there. Cause if I feel like I'm good, we all go through the same training. So nobody shouldn't be better than nobody. Everybody should be the same caliber, you know what I'm saying? Play the same way. So that's basically how I come when it comes to like teammates and D line and stuff like that.
Definitely, definitely. Look, going to ask you a couple more questions. What nickname would you like to be called? Or, you at FAMU. First, first,
I ain't
first
watching
home game.
my nickname from my freshman year of college. They call me Cuddy. Like I don't get mine getting called Cuddy. You can call me Cuts, Ray, whatever you want to call me. As long as it ain't nothing crazy, I don't mind.
All right, cool, cool, cool. Who's your favorite NFL athlete?
My favorite athlete, like I said, Aaron Donald, Adamakin Sue. I like where they play the physicality and stuff like that. So, yeah, them two players right there, man, they some monsters on the football field.
Definitely, definitely. What's your favorite food?
Favorite food, I like everything really. I'm gonna say like wings, barbecue, little stuff like that. I ain't gonna
Okay,
lie, I really like chitlins though. Chitlins, man. It might be nasty to some people, but I eat chitlins,
okay,
man. I like chitlins.
okay. That's a new one. Shoot, hey, y'all know y'all older people. Hey, get up with some chitlins when y'all see them at the game, bro. Get up with some chitlins, man. Definitely. Favorite color.
I'm gonna say orange. I like orange. I like them little bright colors like orange, purple, stuff like that.
Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. Um, favorite movie.
I like Don't Be a Menace, South Central. I like all the old school like black hood movies, like all the movies that was shot in like Cali and stuff. I like all the movies. So like
Okay.
I should like
White
any old school black movie really.
White man can't jump. I'm trying
Yeah,
to
I
think
like
what
movies
other
like that,
movie.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Okay,
Menace to
okay.
Society, stuff like
Oh,
that.
okay. I got you. I got you. I got you. So this a little question. You had one game to choose from. You choose the Orange Blossom Classic, which is in Miami. You can choose Homecoming, which is in Tally, or you can choose the Florida Classic, your breakout game of the year. Like I'm talking about, like like you going crazy. Like hey, everybody know your name. Like after that game, like okay, it's like hey, we NFL scouts gonna be like, hey, okay, we gotta keep an eye on him.
I'm gonna say the classic, like I said, is right here in my hometown. It's literally right there, almost where I grew up at. So I know I'm gonna have a lot of friends, family, old coaches come out playing in front of like Orlando. That's my hometown. So like I know a lot of people here. So playing in front of them shit's gonna be a great experience. That's like what I'm waiting on, like Florida Classic. That's the game I've been waiting on since I was 10. So
Okay, cool, cool. Um, what can you tell another young high school athlete why you pick the HBC and why you pick FAMU?
I'm gonna say the HBCU because family, you go build a family, a bond with a lot of people like yourself. We understand us better. So it's just like I know when I'm gonna have a home, a place to call home, somebody to call a brother. It's just a sister, anything in that nature. Like you gonna real deal find a family. So that's why I say choose the HBCU.
All right, cool, cool, cool. Let everybody know your Instagram, IG, Twitter, and TikTok, Snapchat, whatever you got, man. Let everybody know, how to follow you. I definitely put the description down below, man.
If you want to follow me, my Instagram is PMF2Cut. My Twitter is Big D1 Bound. My Facebook, my name Raymond Cuts. So if anybody ever want to hit me up, text me questions, anything, I'm on all three of those every day. So there you go.
All right, man. Definitely going to see you down there, man. All I wish is the best for you. Football season about to come up. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for these other guys too that's coming to FAMU, man. We're gonna do something amazing down there. Any shout outs you want to give to your family, folks, old teammates, new
Yeah,
teammates.
shout out to all my brothers at Garden City. You know, I love all y'all boys. Shout out to my mama, my family. Shout out to my neighborhood. You know, is like I said, it's not a lot of us putting on, but the one that's putting on, I'm proud of all of us. You know, we all gonna be on that big screen one day. Shout out to Elijah Williams. Shout out to my D-line coach Trey Jackson. You know, shout out to my coach Jerry Dominguez, Thomas Minnick, and Cheatwood. You know, just thank you to all you guys.
All right, man. I definitely gonna see you, man. I definitely gonna see you on the field. We gonna chop it up. We gonna talk. We gonna have a good conversation, man. Make sure y'all follow this man. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all like. Make sure y'all send this to FAMU people, man. I'm trying to put these boys on so y'all can watch, so y'all can get to know these players more in personal, man. But man, shout out to you, Cuts, man. I'm definitely gonna talk to you when I see you, man.
All right, appreciate it. Have me on.
All right, peace out, guys. Bye.
Shout out to my boy Raymond, cuz man, FAMU, we got another one. ESPN 4-star recruit, man. And you already know, I'ma let the video do the talking and y'all do the watching. Just know this boy is a defensive highlight reel. Let's go. Man, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to this channel, man. Make this channel grow, man. FAMU, we got another one. This is on top. I'm out.